and LI Sports has to acknowledge is deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Connor Casson, a senior defenseman for Massapequa Chiefs hockey team. Connor was not only a talented athlete, but also a beloved member of his team and community. His loss is a tremendous tragedy that resonates far beyond the rink. The LI hockey community is a family bond by a shared passion for the game and a commitment to support one another in times of triumph and strength, offering our heartfelt condolences to Connor's family, teammates, and the entire Massapequa Chiefs program. Connor's spirit and dedication to the game will forever be remembered. We ask everyone in the hockey community to keep the Casson family in their thoughts and prayers in honor to Connor's legacy by coming together in love and support. So we will remember Connor Casson, the Massapequa Chiefs defenseman who tragically passed away last weekend, as Farmingdale and Quinnipiac will kick things off tonight in their only game of the weekend, as both these teams will wrap up their first half of the season tonight. So after today, they will not kick off until the calendar turns to 2025 for Farmingdale, at least. So Farmingdale has had a week off after the Thanksgiving break. Last time Quinnipiac was in action was on November 16th. So decent layoff for the Bobcats, but they will have today, and then they will have one more against Fordham on December 8th. There's a puck right out into the slot, and they score just like that. It's Alex Umbro. As the puck came free, Quinnipiac strikes first. It's 1-0. So Ticanio in goal today for Farmingdale. The first shot he sees, and Umbro puts it home right underneath the crossbar. As Umbro leading the way for this Quinnipiac group, and now his 11th game, he'll pick up his 5th goal of the year, his 13th point. Umbro has a goal and 3 assists in his previous 2 games coming into today. Gives Quinnipiac the lead. So it'll be Joseph Ticanio in net for Farmingdale. Ryan Solomon to counter him for Quinnipiac. Last time Joseph Ticanio was in net for Farmingdale, to go, it was game 1 of the 3-game weekend set against St. Bonaventure, in which Farmingdale lost 6-0. Ticanio. It was Andrew Barron who was in net for the next 2, in which Farmingdale won 1-0. And then the Sunday matchup, a come-from-behind 4-3 overtime win, in which it was Thomas Kankowski, the leading goal scorer for Farmingdale, a game-winning Michigan goal to seal it. As Ivers went to the zone and find the aforementioned Kankowski, but that one poked away by Zach Raposa, the standout defenseman for Quinnipiac. Is a quick shot on the one-timer by J.D. Parker, sticked away by Ticanio. Farmingdale comes into today ranked number 5 in AAU Division I. Quinnipiac ranked 10th. Quinnipiac is 8-2 on the year. Farmingdale 12-4. These two teams met on October the 5th in Connecticut. It was a Farmingdale 7-3 win. The Rams scored 4 unanswered in the first and 3 unanswered in the third, as Kankowski's shot is swallowed by Solomon. So Solomon with the stop. Let's take a look at Ryan Solomon, the goaltender out of Durham, Connecticut. It'll be his 8th game. He is 5-2 with an .880 save percentage and a .431 goals against average. So the number's not ideal for Solomon, who has taken over the starting job the last 3 years for the Bobcats. As a 2-on-1 quickly the other way, looking to get back-to-back goals, and another pad save by Ticanio, stopping Francesco Capola. Capola, the forward who scored a goal in each of his first 5 games this year. It's been a real standout, breakout year for now the senior out of Comac, New York, so the local kid playing for Quinnipiac. McCann got a stick on that one. Signoretti helps as well, as Aiden Magin will go cross ice. Waiting there is Jesse Burns to flick that one back in. We mentioned that Quinnipiac lost to Farmingdale 7-3 at home on October 5th, but since that loss, Bobcats are 6-1 in that span Their lone loss was an 8-2 game on November 10th against Delaware, a weekend in which they split against the Blue Hens. They took the first game 5-4. Aiden Maggin up the middle, intercepted by Bridgewood. Right there to pick it up is Kozakowski. Kozakowski on the receiving end of a big body by Bridgewood. Stepping in from the boards was Maggin. Threw that one on net as Jesse Burns will take it behind the cage and flick that off the glass. Burns trying to push out of the zone, and he will. So the defenseman getting active with the forward group here. Wrister to the net, blocked down. He'll get his own rebound. Turnaround pass looking for Immel. That one was broken up by Jacob Noyes. Noyes, who's leading the way with this team with 8 goals in 9 games. And those 8 goals have come in 2 games. A 4-goal game against Fordham on October 6th. As Duffy blocks that one. Duffy will have a break the other way. Duffy fires, and rips one into the glass. So Jacob Noyes has a 4-goal game October 6th against Fordham, and a 4-goal game in their most recent on November the 16th, a 9-3 win against Stonehill. Noyes scores 4 goals. So we have Noyes for Quinnipiac that has 2 4-goal games this year, as does Thomas Konkowski, who leads the way in point production for Farmingdale and on AAU Division I. Konkowski has points in every single game this year except for 2. Lorico, cross ice, finds Thomas Smith on the near side. As they link up with Aiden Pasquin. Pasquin, nice move around one man, and a backhander goes wide. He was able to get around Angelo Mascaro down low, and now that's a 2-on-1, a breakaway, and a wide open look in front that Farmingdale has let up early, as Sullivan has to cover. So Farmingdale has offensively been very strong this year, but they've had their defensive woes. They clamped it up with help of great goaltending their last 2 games. That was against the Bonnies 2 weeks ago, as they took 2 of 3 at home. As Benjamin Cohen tries to get around Kat Kravitz, now dealing with Riley McGregor. Goes to the point, a wide open look is snagged by DeCanio. Brandon Kokoro stepping in. So that's where Farmingdale has had their issues. Defensive zone has been iffy at times, and we've seen it so far, and then already with Kokoro losing the winger on defense. Out of the corner, John Celo trying to work. He'll come around now, Ivers. Ivers finds Keller. Keller bodied on the boards, be able to stick with it, trying to look for Konkowski. That was broken up. As it'll be Kokoro on the receiving hit from Keller. Konkowski pickpocketed at center. J.D. Parker dealing with Ivers, trying to link up with Benjamin Cohen. Keller flipped that off his own teammate. Bouncing puck for Quinnipiac alone in front. And peeling off will be Cohen. Cohen looking for Celo, could not connect. That puck goes all the way down. No icing, as Quinnipiac was the one that sent that down. Playing catch behind their own cage will be Chris Kozakowski. And he finds Jacob Noyes, the man with 2 4-goal games this year, as that one's blockered out of play. Excuse me, that was actually Louis Catallo that took that pass and that shot as we get a stoppage. You look at the stats for these 2 teams, specifically goals per game and goals against average, virtually identical. They both average 5.2 goals per game. Farmingdale lets up 3.5 goals a game, and Quinnipiac lets up 3.4 goals per game. As LaChase too long on that pass, it'll go down for an icing. Joseph LaChase had the lone goal in their 1-0 win at home 2 weeks ago against St. Bonaventure. So 2 weeks ago, it was a 2 out of 3 weekend for Farmingdale against St. Bonaventure, and we mentioned a 9-3 win the last time Quinnipiac played on November 16th against Stonehill. The game 9-3, but was 0-0 after one, so go figure. And both men colliding to the boards. Signoretti getting the worst of that, going shoulder first. And he is down and in pain. And Signoretti quickly off the ice. It'll be attended to trainer Dr. Jeff Poplarski. And those, for hockey players, when you're sliding into the boards, you might think watching home, you might think put your hands up or do something to brace for impact, but us players know when you're sliding into the boards like that, you lose control of your body. There's no way to move your arms to brace or move your body in a certain position to shield some of the impact. When you're sliding into the boards like that, there's no way to prepare for it. You lose control of your body, and it's just, unfortunately, it's whatever happens, happens. So we'll keep an eye for number 86, Luciano Signoretti. As Farmingdale will play in their own end, will be the freshman Frank Alessi. Alessi turns it over, but gives Zach Glass a body on the boards, and Quinnipiac on a quick shot by Cameron Pasquin rattles around and over the stick of Alex Umbro. Quinnipiac looking to get back in the win column against Farmingdale. As of late, it's been the Rams that have taken the head-to-head record, including that one matchup early in the year. Umbro turns it over. Right there was Bridgewood. He'll leave for Minio. In front, Immel pinballs around and not able to punch it home. As Umbro tries to go up ice, broken up by Immel. DeCanio's got to play it and cover it with Jacob Noyes all over it. .22 left in the opening period. Alex Umbro's quick strike for Quinnipiac is all we got on the board so far. Not even 2 minutes into the first. It'll be Umbro and Aiden Pasquin on the assist. Bridgewood chops the stick down. Could have got a slashing penalty, but not going to get one. We play on. And Bridgewood takes the man down, and this time Bridgewood's going to go to the box. As Glenn Cassadine was taken down by Bridgewood. And the big man will sit for two. Bridgewood in his second year with Farmingdale, 8 goals, 12 assists for 20 points on the year. In that 4-3 win against the Bonnies 2 Sundays ago, he had 3 assists in that game. And the game winner, Konkowski, that was his second goal of the game. So Quinnipiac will go to the power play. First power play of the night on either side. It'll be John Celo at the dot, facing off against the Farmingdale captain McCann. He wins it cleanly. He'll go across, Chris Kozakowski. Kozakowski, patiently, peels down low. Wrister on goal, save made by DeCanio. Puck comes loose and a poke check by McCann. And now be Kozakowski. Again, going to work it himself. Winds, fires, and another block, this time LaChase. Raposa off the skate of Celo, so Farmingdale will get a free clear again. This puck will come around. McCann's there. He'll try to eat it on the boards, but poked up the center. And Cassadine able to link up with Pasquin and send that around the boards. Celo to Zach Raposa. Raposa, Kozakowski. Winds, bluffs the shot as we hit a minute left on the 5-on-4. Raposa looks in front, trying to find a tap-in back door, and just missing was Cassadine. Shot by Celo, blocked again by McCann. Raposa walks out, wrister deflected, pad save in front, just missing Pasquin. He had a wide open net. Two good looks. One off the feed by Raposa and another one in front looking for Pasquin. And both just missing on the forehand. Glove down by Keller. Keller behind the net looks for Immel in front, and a save made by Solomon. Farmingdale oh so close from evening up the score on the penalty kill, but Solomon got the left arm on it. Alessi powers through a hit there, and he'll be sent out of the zone. So power play comes to an end. Back to 5-on-5. Bridgewood to the bench. Duffy to take his spot. It'll be Jacob Noyes. He'll shovel it across to Umbro. Umbro pass behind a man. Duffy will pick up, and a 2-on-1 the other way with Lorico. He'll walk it alone and rip it off the crossbar. Looked like Solomon got a piece of that as well. Lorico able to pickpocket J.D. Parker from behind, and Parker's going to have to come back to it. Umbro around the boards, out of the reach of Noyes. And Farmingdale still keeping in the offensive zone. McGregor. O'Donnell can't play that off the boards. Lorico battling down low. O'Donnell trying to find him. Four-man scrum. He'll come free for Umbro, but again, Farmingdale right back on it with Lorico being pinned up with Umbro. So Umbro eventually gets the better of the exchange to clear the puck down as Quinnipiac can change it up. J.D. Parker, the only one still out there. Kravitz will pick up on the far side. He'll walk in, go to Duffy, and a penalty behind the play against Farmingdale coming up. As Thomas Smith took down Alex Chaconis. As Thomas Smith is not happy with the call. But they're actually going to give... So there was a collision behind the play where Thomas Smith thought he took the penalty and the arm went up immediately, but it's actually a slash in front of the play on Lorico. So Farmingdale bench and Thomas Smith all thought it was on Smith for the collision behind the play, but it turns out it's against Lorico, who is on the puck with a slash. So back-to-back penalty kills for Farmingdale. Yeah, because they indicated immediately it was a slash, but the collision wasn't a slash. It might have been interference, if anything. But then they said, no, it wasn't the collision with Thomas Smith. It was the Michael Lorico on the puck. Just under 7 minutes left of this opening period. It's Alex Umbro, team's leading point producer, getting them on the board less than 2 minutes in. And it'll be Jacob Noyes. Noyes, nice move around Smith to the backhand, and Canio standing tall. Trying to have a bounce-back performance after his rough last outing. Has seen his fair share of shots so far, and a couple of them in tight. Off the draw, CeeLo tries to go forward. Alessi will send it all the way down for Farmingdale. 1 minute left on the power play. Second time tonight and this period. Quinnipiac will be on the 5-on-4 as a man sliding down was Keller, but got his body on the puck to slow down the pass. Kozakowski back to CeeLo. CeeLo, nifty move around Eric Immel. They'll cross the blue line. Back that off the boards. Kozakowski keeps it in. They'll go to Pasquin. Pasquin was oh so close on the recent power play to a goal. And speak of a goal, deflected home. And it's 2-0 Quinnipiac. So John CeeLo will lead the handshake line. And just like that, it's 2-0. So we talked about how Pasquin on the other power play was very close to a tap-in, and this time he throws it on net. He'll get the assist on the deflection goal, as John Celo will pick up his 5th of the year. And trying to go right back to it was Chaconis. Almost got free down the middle. So Farmingdale having to play from behind immediately. Rico calls the turnover. Duffy down low, looking for O'Donnell, broken up. And we have a whistle down. The net comes off its moorings. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff for Farmingdale. So great deflection there by John Celo, the senior out of Vernon, New Jersey. Yeah, that stick down in front and use that blade as a ramp going over the shoulder of DeCanio. Farmingdale came back from a 2-goal deficit in the third period and 2 weekends ago against Bonaventure. As DeCanio has to get the glove down on that one, and they're going to have to now come back from 2 down again. So right now the shots heavily in favor of Quinnipiac, 11-4. They have had the 2 power plays, but even without that 2 power plays, Quinnipiac has had their looks at the goal. A breakaway, a 2-on-1, and then a partial breakaway as well. And they try to chip it forward. Konkowski had Keller on a potential break, but could not slow down that bouncing puck. Kravitz, long pass, right on the money for Konkowski. Konkowski, wrist shot to the net, beat the glove, but not the post, and it went over. Pushing the way at speed is Celo in the battle of the 86s, or 26s, should I say. 26 Keller, 86 Celo. And speaking of 86 in white, that's Luciano Signoretti. Have not seen him since that fall into the boards. Ivers off the boards. It's a big hit from Celo. Ivers has 13 assists in his last 9 games, is second on this Farmingdale team in points, 25 points, 21 assists. And those 21 assists are helping out Thomas Konkowski's 18 goals. Both freshmen from Long Island, as that puck will bounce over some sticks. Be Benjamin Cohen. Cohen trying to drag through one, and he does, trying to find it in some skates. He got around McGregor as Jesse Burns helped out McGregor. Bridgewood fights through, leaves, Konkowski finds it, backhander, snagged down by Solomon. Konkowski could not cleanly get that one off as that pass kind of handcuffed him. But able to get a shot towards the net, not able to best the glove of Solomon. Solomon's recent outing was that 9-3 win, so their most previous game against Stonehill. 28 saves, 3 goals against. As Alessi shot through some bodies, might have had some friendly fire in front. As Pasquin hounded from behind, puck comes out in front, glove down, swatted away by Immel. Minio slowly into the zone, leaves for Bridgewood. Bridgewood looks, fires, punched away, Solomon. Pasquin to the net, stick to side, and into the netting by DeCanio. 3:02 left in this first period. It's a power play goal and an even strength goal less than 2 minutes into the game. And that's where we stand, 2-0 for Quinnipiac, trying to keep the winning ways going. We let you know Quinnipiac is 6-1 since that loss to Farmingdale, 8-2 overall in the year. Farmingdale 4-1 in their last 5 after dropping 2 of 3 at home against Niagara. Another puck out of play. We'll have another offensive zone draw for the Bobcats, this time to the left of DeCanio. Be Sean McTavish on the dot with McCann. McCann gets it to Smith. That one flipped out of the zone and a bouncing puck played down. It's Joseph LaChase on goal and a save made by Solomon. Solomon has stood tall in these past few minutes, has made 8 of 8 stops so far on a friendly bounce for Farmingdale. But LaChase not able to best the left pad of Solomon. So Solomon read that one perfectly right as LaChase goes to the backhand. He knew the forehand was coming as LaChase, should I say, goes wide on the shot. That one deflected in. Looks like Solomon's going to glove that one down. And he'll take a face-off. Be McCann at the dot. Last time he got it right to LaChase. He does again. That shot off of Brandon Hughes in front. And it goes wide. Or excuse me, it's Anthony Rodriguez in front of the net, getting a shift with LaChase and McCann. So usually LaChase and McCann will get a shift with Signoretti. That's usually their line combination, but with Signoretti getting that injury early in the period, the extra forward in Anthony Rodriguez will play with LaChase and McCann. There's a wrister off a leg of McGregor by Aiden Pasquin. Long slapper off of DeCanio. Delayed offsides as Quinnipiac touches up. Fast moving first period, almost a minute left, a minute 40 right now and counting. As Jesse Burns will bank that up. There's Duffy. Duffy leaves. O'Donnell fires, punched away, trying to swat at it, and everyone misses. Kick save at the blue line by Burns, but back the other way comes Chaconis. Chaconis across the blue, holds, looks for a man in the slot, can't find any. Duffy back the other way, finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell, backhand pass in front, looks for Duffy, sticked away, bouncing into the slot, and now Alessi to the net, blocked down and held by Solomon. So Farmingdale finding a little bit of their groove after that tough start. Led up that quick goal, followed by back-to-back penalties, and on the second power play, Quinnipiac was able to take advantage. Face-off one cleanly. That's another clean draw in the offensive zone by Farmingdale, and maybe a 2-on-1 the other way. Chaconis, with a man Capola going to the net. He finds him, save made, and another by DeCanio as Chaconis was on the wrong end of a hit there by Alessi. A little bit of shoving after the fact, and Chaconis slow to get up in that corner. So Chaconis still down on the ice. Looked like he was holding his hip. And Chaconis trying to get helped out by his fellow teammates. I think with the lone team trainer being Dr. Jeff Poparski, he's attending to, I think, still Luciano Signoretti. Yeah, I believe it was Alessi or Tim Duffy who laid the hit on Alex Chaconis after that pass. So as Chaconis, now with no helmet on, now able to get back to 1 foot, now make it 2, being helped off the ice by his teammates. So right now, Alex Chaconis is seated right outside the door in that corner. As they've got, so good news, they've got Dr. Jeff Poparski back, so he will be attending to Alex Chaconis just offside. So you see just in the right side corner, just off camera, when the puck goes in the corner, you'll be able to see. And puck's gonna go there now. You have Chacona sitting on the bench being attended by the doctor. So 40 seconds left in this period. Quinnipiac looking for a little bit more. Up 2-0. As CeeLo in the corner had that power play goal in the deflection. He sent to the blue line. Kokoro to the net and off the glass. That one chopped up as Kankowski got tied up with J.D. Parker, but now Parker has no skate blade. So Parker's going to have to scramble somehow to the bench with no skate blade, and he's going to make it there as he gets tangled up with his own teammate, but he gets to the bench. Alessi to the net, swallowed up by Solomon with 3.7 left in the first. So Parker, no stick and no skate blade. As now we're having a little bit of a conversation with Kankowski and CeeLo. So not often do you see this. Usually you see a stick break. That's common. And whenever the skate blades come out, usually they just pop out of the skate. You could probably pop those back in. This time the skate blade snapped in two. You don't see that often. Like I said, usually you see the stick snap in two, not the skate blade. That's a rarity. So face off at the dot. That will run out the final seconds of the first, and more shoving with Kankowski in the middle of it and CeeLo. So both teams will skate off for now, harmless, after one period. So it's a 2-0 lead for Quinnipiac. Alex Umbro strike less than 2 minutes into this game that beat Ticanio over the shoulder, bar down, as Umbro picked up his 5th of the year, and then a power play goal deflected by John CeeLo in front for his 5th of the year, and that's where we stand after one. Quinnipiac looking to keep their winning ways going. They got one more game after this to wrap up their first half campaign. Farmingdale is going to have to come back from a 2-goal deficit in back-to-back games. When we return, secondary puck drop on the LI Sports Network. Falls baseball. The Mets got Clay Holmes.
Yeah.
know, they were so good not so, but they were good the last 2 years, and then they don't want to pay people. They want one person to do 50 jobs, so everybody quits. Yeah. Then they put people in power that have no business being in power, and that's what they get. They get a shit product. They have 500 teams they can't keep up with.
When I was here, Ken Trell, I guess he's new at AAU.
He doesn't know what day of the week it is. I don't know how to run a blog.
He's asking me about like different schools and like different colleges. I guess he was trying to like, get comparisons and stuff. And we were talking about college football. We were talking about like Stony Brook and Rutgers. Yeah, the difference between LIU, Stony Brook, and Rutgers essentially. And I kind of like I kind of told him straight up, listen, Stony Brook has like an actual stadium and like they're FCS, but like they care.
Yeah, no, they don't care. LIU?
You guys don't care.
No, they don't care.
You guys don't care.
I think it's like they don't know how to run a school.
I was like, you want to improve your football program? Go look and see what Stony Brook doing. Go to a Stony Brook game or go to a Rutgers game and see what they're doing. I literally told him that. I was like, you go to a Rutgers game, you're going to be blown away. I promise.
You want to know how to broadcast a hockey game? Just watch a Farmingdale game. Maybe you can start from there. It's pathetic.
When I told him, he's like, yeah, you set up here. I was like, oh, I know. I was here last week doing the Farmingdale game. He's like, oh, they have a team? I'm like, yeah, their club team plays here. He's like, oh, nice.
Yeah, they Farmingdale plays like their school. The Farmingdale school doesn't really pay doesn't really help the hockey team that much, but yet they pay more attention than LIU.
Yeah. No.
LIU wants to have 50 sports teams, but not have the accommodations for 50 sports. They're just joke. Kendrell, I gave him I took him out to the woodshed 2 weeks ago. How bad it was. They know I'm furious and everyone's mad. The coaches are pissed off because they get hurt by it too.
Yeah, of course.
The fucking 2 weeks ago against Yale, men's opening weekend, home opening weekend. Game 1 audio was high pitched the whole game, unbearable, couldn't listen. Game 2, it happened again. In the first 2 minutes, it was happening again. I said, I'm not calling the game, and they had no commentary the whole game. But good, you're playing against Yale in your opening weekend, and this is your product.
Yeah.
Good. You guys suck. Jeez. They got a new, every year I've been there, this is my 3rd year, they've had they've had 3 ADs. So a new AD each year. Then they got a new guy to run the broadcast operation. He was here 2 months and quit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good operation.
Yeah, they're a disaster. So annoying. I gotta go for a 4 game and then come back for an LIQ game. It's like, this is Division 1. What are we still doing?
We run a way better broadcast
This?
than they do.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. We started doing the replays. We started showing replays of the goals and like big saves at the end of the periods because I did it one time and because it was a
At least. Right, there we go now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Long Island, New York. Puck drop, second period. We are underway. As Farmingdale's got to battle back from a 2-goal deficit. It was a goal less than 2 minutes in by Alex Umbro in the first period, and a power play goal deflection by John Cielo, and that's where we stand. 2-0 for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac series against Farmingdale. These two teams will meet up 2 more times this season. January 26th in Connecticut, and then back here on Long Island. It'll be Farmingdale's last regular season game on February 16th. So Farmingdale's got to clean up that defensive zone. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast how their weakness is defensive zone. They let too many guys get open space and open looks. They let up 2 partial breakaways, a 2-on-1, and then Umbro's goal, he walked in all alone to the top of the circle and had a straight-on goal look on DeCanio and wound up scoring. Puck kept in. Duffy's got to reach for it, and it'll be McGinn to play it. The Aiden McGinn. He'll steer that around the boards. That one popped in the air, stick down by Burns, but intercepted by Glass to the net, sticked away by DeCanio as Noyes was sitting untouched in front. It'll be Lorico. Got Duffy going to the net. Lorico looking cross-ice. O'Donnell has to play it on the bounce. Sheds off a hit in front, and nobody home. They got a man down the middle looking for a breakaway pass, but just missing Glenn Considine. So we're not seeing Luciano Signoretti, who left the first period after a collision with the boards, and we're also not seeing Alex Chaconis, who's on the receiving end of a hit. Both of them left the game and have yet to return. It'll be Umbro. Umbro looks in front, finds a man to the backhand, and getting a right pan on it is DeCanio. Clamps down on the far side and makes another stop. Aiden Pasquin, who has an assist today, oh so close to getting on the score sheet in the goal column to make this 3-0. Defender falls down as Umbro will take a hit from Lorico. Umbro right back up and with it to the net, gloved away, and we'll get a stoppage. Quinnipiac with a strong showing so far on the road. Many high danger opportunities as dancing right down the middle. Skokoro in front. And Quinnipiac just too easy. They're getting right down the middle. Ivers throws a hit on Parker. As Parker was able to get a skate blade. His skate blade snapped in half last period. But it's been too easy for Quinnipiac. If you're the Bobcats, you love that. Getting into those low slot areas and those high danger opportunities, getting a man in front of the net as Farmingdale goes off sides. As the Rams got to clean up that defensive zone. Too much open space and too many open bodies. So now it's LaChase, McCann, and Bridgewood as this makeshift line continues with Signoretti yet to return. That one right off of McCann and into the zone. Around the boards, Bridgewood trying to meet it, poked out by Benjamin Cohen. A big hit, and it's going to be a penalty, yep. And Quinones going to be careful, he might take a penalty of his own. In front, Quinnipiac touches up as J.D. Parker is going to get a penalty for elbowing, as yes, he did in fact come high on that hit, but it was Angelo Mascaro on the receiving end of it, not Quinones. And Mascaro thought he got the penalty as the Farmingdale bench is saying, stop talking to the ref, come back to the bench, because if you keep talking to them, they might just give you one. But yes, the original hit by J.D. Parker was high, and there was an elbow in there. But then after the hit, Mascaro took exception and could have got a penalty himself, but after all is said and done, it will be Farmingdale's first power play of the night. As Bridgewood will push to the boards, and it'll be Duffy to pick up. Duffy, O'Donnell, back to Duffy. It'll be Bridgewood to peel out, slowly towards O'Donnell. Banks it behind the net, and Lorico will be there. Back behind the goal line, Duffy. Bridgewood plays catch with Duffy. Now Lorico. Cross ice O'Donnell. O'Donnell switches off, finds Duffy down low. Backhand try off the end boards. Lorico bodied off the puck there, and it's Chaconis. First shift back, will flip it up the middle, and just out of the reach of Francesco Coppola. So good to see 17 back out there after getting banged up at the end of the first period and leaving the game. Bridgewood. Around the boards goes to Lorico. Same unit other than McGregor, who switched off for Alessi. And he has the puck now. Alessi, Lorico, looks for O'Donnell, broken up. Bridgewood in a battle right now with McGinn in front of the net. As Alessi's got to move it quickly towards Lorico, but picked off by Chaconis. Chaconis going to eat this puck. 3 white jerseys surround him with 35 left on the man advantage. Chaconis has been out there the entire shift, and he will head off. So a welcome back shift for the senior out of Maryland. Shot to the net, sticked away by DeCanio. They look for a long stretch and find Ivers. Ivers all alone with Umbro on him. Farmingdale trying to get a fresh group out there. 10 left in the man advantage. Konkowski to Alessi. Ivers now, 5 on the power play. To LaChase. LaChase to the blue line, and Farmingdale was on a change, so nobody there. And we're back to 5-on-5. A little miscommunication there with Kravitz and DeCanio. Almost a disaster as the Rams will exit with Konkowski. Konkowski looks for Ivers off a skate. And Umbro will have to retreat and try again. Noise flips up the middle, knocked down. It'll be Umbro again. Umbro shifts past Alessi. Meets the stick of Kravitz. Alessi, Ivers. Ivers looking for McCann and finds him. McCann on the boards, shifts off a man, trying to find it in the slot. McCann trying to get it on the forehand, and it's now Kravitz. Turns, fires, and an easy save for Solomon. So with the injury to Signoretti and the power play, you're really starting to see a mixed bag of lines. As now you have Immel, Rodriguez, and Bridgewood out there for Farmingdale. McGregor able to keep that one in. Immel over skates as Josh Levesque is there. And Immel gets it right back. Immel, blue line McGregor. McGregor, Kravitz. Kravitz looks, goes Bridgewood. Bridgewood in front, Rodriguez. Not enough on that one as it got behind him. Bridgewood almost pickpocketed a man in McTavish and went the other way. DeTulio will rim that off the boards. As Kravitz will give it back to McGregor. Long pass off the boards, nobody home. DeTulio trying to find it in the skates. Immel trying to pick it off. Kravitz stepping in. Kravitz shot to the net, takes a hit in the process, and the shot goes wide. McGregor walks, fires, shot one wide. Kravitz on the rebound is denied by Solomon. Solomon got back across and makes a sensational left pad save. And let's see, McGregor walks, shot wide off the end boards, and Kravitz, his eyes wide open, a wide open net, and Solomon gets across for his 11th stop of the game. Farmingdale right back with it. Smith to the net. Shot goes wide. Farmingdale pressing, but yet to get one behind Solomon in front, and another save, and the rebound is pushed wide. This one thrown to the net, and Solomon can't get the first try, and then the second one is gobbled up. So the first meeting between these two teams, Farmingdale got 7 goals on Solomon, 4 in the first period. This time it's a different performance as Solomon has stood strong, as Lorico this time was denied in tight. Quick shot, quick reaction with the pad. Duffy gets it back, goes Lorico, pass finds him again. Duffy tangled up from behind by CeeLo. Mascaro to Smith. Smith's pass too hard off the skate of Duffy. Finds a man. It's CeeLo alone in tight and a stick save by DeCanio. First time we've had to mention his name in quite some time in the second period. Burns off the bench, intercepts. Then CeeLo intercepts Burns. Banks it the other way. This puck goes down for an icing. So Farmingdale offensively the second period finding their rhythm, but you still cannot have an answer for Ryan Solomon in net. McCann trying to win this back to LaChase like he did twice in the second. The puck finds LaChase with the help of Quinnipiac there, but he pushes one wide of the cage. Alessi had to retreat there as Benjamin Cohen was flanking behind him for a breakaway pass. Shot by Burns, deflected around the boards. Comes back to the corner. McCann tries to go to Burns, throws it on goal, punched up in the air, and to the far side it goes. Trying to glove that one down and come free for Quinnipiac. Backhand try. Save made by DeCanio of CeeLo, looking for his second. CeeLo trying to work his way out from the corner. That one flipped to center. It'll be McGinn. Chaconis will send that into the zone. Intercepted by Burns, as now it's Rodriguez on a wrister. Gobbled up. So Anthony Rodriguez going to get a lot of ice time today with the injury early on to Luciano Signoretti. So a big chance here for the freshman out of Belmore, New York, as 4 games prior to today with 1 goal. And 1 goal coming in his first collegiate game against Delaware. But an errant play on the boards. Quick rush the other way. Chaconis drags, finds a man firing, and they score! Chaconis continues his strong play in the second period, and it'll be Luis Catallo that puts it home, and a 3-0 lead for the Bobcats. Catallo in his 9th game of the season will pick up his 2nd goal of the year. As Quinnipiac comes right back the other way, battling off a body there was Coppola. So it's a shocker right now for Farmingdale, down 3-0 at home. Down low, Coppola finds a man in the high slot. That one broken up. Now it's Catallo on the shot, looking for 2 in a row. And we're going to whistle down for a hand pass. So now for Catallo, that's goals in back-to-back games. So after no goals in his first 7, he picks up a goal in back-to-back. He now has points now in 3 straight. Had an assist against Delaware in their 8-2 loss. And then the goal against Stonehill and a goal today. Face up to the point. Umbro steps in, wrists through the net, and they score again! Might have been deflected in front. It goes 5-hole on DeCanio, and it's 4-0 Quinnipiac. This one right off the draw. Credit Alex Umbro. Big step at the blue line, keeps it in. And let's see, did they get a deflection down low? It might be Zach Glass on the tip. Glass will pick up his 5th goal of the year, his 9th point of the season. And now Glass in only his 11th game has more goals than he had all of last year. He had 4 in 19 last year and 7 in 21 his freshman year. Face-off won by Quinnipiac, goes to the blue line, Levesque. And it'll be Glass. Glass, one-timing shot by Noyes is stopped. Did not get much of that one. So now a 4-goal deficit for the Rams. Second time in their last 4 games they have been down by 4 goals. You got to go back 4 games ago. In their first game of the 3-game weekend set 2 weeks ago against St. Bonaventure, in which they lost 6-0. And it was DeCanio in net for that game as well. Titulio winds, fires, deflected into the glass. Titulio will send that one right back into the glove of DeCanio. And Smith will settle down behind the net for Immel. Immel, Bridgewood, slows it down, waits for some more white jerseys, will foot that one in. Levesque was behind the net. Taking a big body there was Titulio from Bridgewood. Foot race to the puck, and DeCanio just has to swallow it. DeCanio got the start today after Andrew Barron, who has started or appeared in 5 of the last 7 games for Farmingdale. Nice pad save there by DeCanio. Barron played the last 2 games against Bonaventure as a failed clearing attempt is gloved down and shot wide by Pasquin. But Barron played the last 2 games against Bonaventure, 1-0 win, 4-3 win. Split the weekend in Cortland, where Farmingdale swept the Red Dragons. And then against Niagara, big hit there by Jesse Burns stepping up in the play. And then the weekend against Niagara, DeCanio started game 1, got the win, was pulled in game 2, and then Barron started game 3. Bouncing puck, picked up by Ivers. Ivers looks the other way, drops LaChase, wrist of the net, and a shoulder stop by Solomon, colliding with Ivers, but nothing coming out of it. But now Ivers in a shoving match with Kozakowski. This one flipped to Lorico. Lorico loses that on the stick handle. That one flipped up by J.D. Parker and around McCann. Parker winds, fires, punched away to DeCanio. Shot to the net deflected wide by Celo as Lorico fans on the clear, picked up by Cohen. Cohen to Celo. Celo has that one roll away from him as Lorico will bank that to Parker. McCann out there on a long shift right now. He's the lone forward that has yet to change. This puck just comes out of the zone. All Quinnipiac can do is just flip that one in and touch up. McGregor will pick up. Nice move to get away from one. Kravitz stepping up in the play. Kravitz, O'Donnell shoots off the post. Solomon got a piece of it, and it ricocheted off the near side post and did not go home. Icing arm up, and icing will be the call. 6:18 left in the second. Quinnipiac all over Farmingdale on the road, a 4-0 advantage. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers. Faceoff will come to the left of DeCanio. As right off the draw, Quinnipiac picks up. Around the boards, comes near side Umbro, D to Raposa. Raposa passed just behind. Catallo to the net. Puck ramped high. Looked like it hit Chaconis right underneath the chin. But he'll stay out there. Cycle down low. And Chaconis off a skate finds Umbro. Umbro walks, fires, blocked down by Duffy. Umbro again at the blue line. Poked away by Duffy, and it's a breakaway. 1-on-1 alone, and the puck rolled away from him. And that's just how it's going right now for Farmingdale. A clear-cut breakaway for Duffy. And he can't even get the shot off. That puck was bouncing the whole way as Duffy tried to pull to the backhand. Rodriguez off the draw, kicked away by Solomon. As countering with speed was Noise. Eventually got tangled up by 2 Farmingdale back checkers as the Rams are off sides. And the Farmingdale coaching staff, after that puck rolls away from Duffy, it's just tilt the head back and look up to the lights, thinking, what can bounce our way? Macaro will go D to Tulio. This one will go all the way down for an icing. Farmingdale, when they return to action in January, will have some out-of-league matchups. Rutgers and Marist, ACHA D1 and ACHA D2. Before they come back to the AAU, where they'll play in division games in the Empire with Fairfield and Quinnipiac. So these 2 teams represent the 4 in AAU Division 1 Empire, as that one will go out of play. As the standings currently look, Farmingdale first in the Empire, second in Quinnipiac, third Fairfield, and fourth being Delaware. Correction, flip Delaware and Fairfield. Delaware 8-7 in third, Fairfield 4-6 in fourth. Farmingdale, 7 more games played than Quinnipiac. Farmingdale's played 17 compared to the Bobcats' 10. Fairfield also has only played 10. Delaware has played 15. Bridgewood behind the net, pass in front, Rodriguez, and he scores! Anthony Rodriguez gets in tight. Farmingdale cracks the code of Solomon, and they're on the board, down 3. We talked about how Rodriguez is going to get a decent amount of ice time today with the injury and absence of Signoretti in the first period, and Rodriguez picks up his 2nd of the year to give Farmingdale some life. So Bridgewood with the assist, coming off a 3-assist game in the 4-3 overtime win. Mention how Rodriguez will pick up his 2nd of the year. Bridgewood will get his 9th assist of the year, which gives him 21 points. Farmingdale come back the other way. Good stick check there on Kunkowski. Loose puck in front, and they score again. It's Chris Keller on the tap-in, and just like that, the deficit is cut in half. So it was a quick 3-on-2 that was disrupted by the poke check of Kozakowski, but Ivers stuck with it, threw it on goal, and Keller was right there to pot it home. As Kozakowski comes right back with Keller and gets stick checked again. So Ivers will pick up his 22nd assist of the year, and for Keller, his 9th goal of the season. And for Keller, who started off his freshman campaign slow, could not find the goal column, has now been rattling them off. Keller did not have a goal in his first 5 games. So Quinnipiac going to get a little bit more of their cushion back with John Celo on the chase. Rister on goal. Friendly fire by Alessi goes wide. Through the leg shot. Net goes off its moorings. And Alessi going to have a word with Celo. Celo's been right in the thick of things, not just on the score sheet, but in the conversations after the whistle. So right now the live stats has Keller from Alessi. That should be switched. That should be Keller from Ivers. Pass in front, getting tangled up with Keller with Shakonis. As they look the other way, Ivers with a man going to the net trying to find Konkowski. Throw to the goal and snagged away as Konkowski takes a hit after the whistle from Catalo. So in a matter of minutes, Farmingdale getting some life, and especially with the Konkowski, Ivers, and Keller line. Konkowski still having a word with Catalo. And then having a word with the official. Everybody skates off peacefully for now. As Umbro couldn't clear, O'Donnell looks for Duffy just underneath his stick. Farmingdale has been picking up the pace. Turnaround shot stopped by Solomon. Both these teams can score. We mentioned how their stats are almost identical. Goals per game, identical, 5.2. So these teams don't have an issue keeping the puck, putting the puck in the net. It's having the problems keeping it out. Both of them are just at 3.5 goals against per game. Blue line, McGregor, Kravitz with a lot of room. Kravitz looks back door, and that one ramped up away from Duffy. That one kept in, but only momentarily, as that off of Francesco Capola and out of the zone. O'Donnell right back on it. O'Donnell, Duffy, backhand, down low. Lorico is denied on the post as the net comes off again. So Quinnipiac cannot change here. They'll have to send back Zach Glass and Matt DiTullio. But now they're being allowed to get the change. So at first they said no change. Now they're saying some change. So the two guys they sent off on the change. So DiTullio and Glass wanted to change. They were sent back to the bench, but then other Bobcats were able to change. So DiTullio and Glass will stay on the bench for now. Duffy on the boards. Pushes down low, O'Donnell. O'Donnell in front, nobody home. As Mascaro keeps that just out of the zone. He's going to have to let that one sit there. So they do announce the correction on the Keller goal. It'll be Keller from Ivers and Konkowski. So originally it was Keller from Frank Alessi, but it's corrected rightfully so to Keller from Ivers and Konkowski. Keller and Duffy almost took it from one another. Nice move by Keller to break free. Reaching with the stick, Pasquin will poke that one ahead. No icing here as it'll be Thomas Smith. Smith, nifty move there on the goal line. Goes to the captain, McCann. McCann being joined by LaChase. LaChase to the net. McCann shot ramped up and out of play. And if you could see the individual standing to behind the net, right in front of that circled logo with the white t-shirt, that is Luciano Signoretti in a casual white t-shirt. So his night is done after sustaining that upper body injury in the first period. As a shot by LaChase, friendly bounce, it's Burns in front, kick save by Sullivan. Back in front, Keller trying to find it in some skates. It'll be Pasquin to send that up the middle, perfect pass for Noyes. Noyes trying to dance around Alessi. Alessi gets a stick involved.
I don't think it is.
As we have 1 minute left in the period. 2 goals by Quinnipiac gave them their lead to then 4-0. But then back-to-back quick strikes by Rodriguez and Keller. And we got an interesting game here. 4-2 lead now. Dancing free. Trying to drag on the toe was McTavish. Got taken away by the skate there of Burns. Pasquin battling now with Burns. McTavish behind the net in front. Blocked up by Keller, and back the other way it's McCann. McCann shot, snagged, and held. Quinnipiac just trying to hold this 2-goal lead right now to go into the third period with some sort of a cushion after cruising 2-0 and then up 4-0. Looked like they were in good hands. Big face-off win there by Quinnipiac. At the dot was Considine, and they just get out of the zone. Kravitz off the stick of Bridgewood. No icing here. 13 left in the period. That one wrapped around, sent all the way down. This puck will be no icing, and that will do it for the period with under 5 left. As these two teams will skate off after 40 minutes. And then a shove by Kravitz after the whistle, and now Kravitz going at it, and another fight now at center ice. Looked like we were moments away from skating off, but Kravitz cross-checked a Bobcat from behind, and then a scrum ensued at center ice. And now another one with Rodriguez, and then a shove by Pasquin. As McGregor got into it at center with Raposa. I think Considine was on the receiving end of the Kravitz cross-check. And now Kravitz still jawing at Umbro. It is all broken loose here at the end of the second period. We had a little bit of this at the end of the first period with just really the dialogue at the end of the first period. Wasn't much shoving or physicality, but both these teams had to be separated after the first period. And now after the second period, things getting a little bit hectic. Let's see how this spills into the third, and we're going to definitely have some discipline. We will sort this all out when we have puck drop in the third. Quinnipiac up 4-2 on the road.
thing I'd say is that, like, you're not necessarily trying to follow the puck. You're just trying to keep it, like, everything in frame. So it's like when they're in the zone, it's like you don't need to zoom in, like, on the player. It's like you really just need that. And then, like, you just kind of follow and, like, you slightly zoom in. Like, if somebody scores, like, yeah, like, I like to zoom in, but it's like not the end of the world if you can do it. I mean, you guys can fight over it. I don't really care who wants to do it.
This doesn't move that easy.
Nothing bad. I'm gonna pop back on.
Welcome back, everyone, to Long Island, New York. Jordan DeLuciano on the call. You're watching live on LI Sports Network. Moments away from third period puck drop. Quinnipiac up 4-2 on Farmingdale. Quinnipiac was up 2-0 going into the second. Added 2 to make it 4-0, but then back-to-back strikes. Anthony Rodriguez, Chris Keller for the Rams, and we got a little bit interesting of a game here. But after the period ended, we had a lot of fisticuffs, a lot of shoving, as we have to sort things out. So I think Jacob Kravitz's night is over. I think he got a 5-minute game misconduct. Eric Immel is in the box for roughing. So now there's 2 guys in the box for each side, Quinnipiac and Farmingdale. And they will play 4-on-4. So serving the penalty for Kravitz will be Randolph Dodd. He'll be in the box for the 5 minutes. So Kravitz, number 5 for Farmingdale, his day is done. And a quick penalty coming up against Quinnipiac. So 4-on-4 will turn 4-on-3 when they touch up. As Burns in front, Ivers back across. And they will indeed touch up. So Kravitz, 5 minutes game misconduct for kicking a player. He had the cross check as well. And Eric Immel got 2 minutes for roughing. John Celo just got 2 minutes for tripping. Glenn Cassadine, at the end of the period, got 2 minutes for roughing. And there's also another Bobcat in the box as well from that melee at the end of the second period. They're all still adding these penalties into the stats. But what we know for sure, Kravitz's day is done, 5-minute misconduct. Immel and Cassadine, roughing. Dodd is serving the 5 minutes. CeeLo just took a tripping penalty, and there is still one more Bobcat in the box because of that end-of-period melee. But we will solve that out momentarily. It's now a 4-on-3 power play for Farmingdale. It'll be Lorico. Goes to the goal line, has Umbro on him. And he'll push off to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, Lorico, 4 forwards right now for the Rams. Duffy in tight, down low. Too many sticks in the way, could not get that one off. As that puck stays in the zone. That looked like it trickled out, but nonetheless, puck comes out regardless. As they're about to announce the penalties. It'll be Ivers. Down the middle, takes it wide. 43 left on the 4-on-3. Then we'll go back to 4-on-4 as they go across for Konkowski and intercepted by Noyes. So McGinn was the other Bobcat in the box who's in there right now. He also got a 2-minute penalty for roughing as well. So we finally sorted out all the participants. As Konkowski's wrister goes over the net, Keller could not get the stick down in time. In front, looking for a man in a Alessi. It will be Ivers to circle around. Power play about to come to an end. 3 seconds left in it. Then we'll go back to 4-on-4. It's Ivers now. Back to 4v4. Konkowski holds, fires, blocked. Konkowski gets it right back across Ivers. In 10 seconds, this will become a 5-on-4 for Quinnipiac. Nice move by Ivers. Looks to the net, nobody in front. Konkowski walks, poke checked, stripped to the puck, and Alessi breaks up a 2-on-1 the other way. So it is now 5-on-4 for Quinnipiac for the next 2.5 minutes, because that 2.5 minutes is the 5-minute game misconduct to Kravitz. As Konkowski comes in shorthanded, checked off the puck there. So with 5-minute penalties, as a penalty is taken by Quinnipiac, I don't know why they're not blowing the puck dead. As Francesco Coppola high-sticking Konkowski, and the penalties continuing to rack up. Quinnipiac comes into today averaging 16.7 penalty minutes per game. Farmingdale averaging 14.8 per game. And they're living up to that stat. As we are not even 3 minutes in, Quinnipiac, 3 minutes into the third, Quinnipiac has taken 2 penalties. And they have virtually killed off their 5-minute power play advantage. So Farmingdale and Quinnipiac will now be 4-on-4. O'Donnell trying to dance out of the corner. Meets a hit from Raposa. And then the puck comes right to O'Donnell, and he gets a shot off going wide. McGregor to Bridgewood. Bridgewood going to try to walk out. Go to Burns. Burns on the wrister, blocked down in front. Might have hit O'Donnell on the way. Bridgewood will circle the zone, take a whack. Bridgewood in front, O'Donnell, and they score! Sean O'Donnell down low, and the deficit is now cut to 1. Quinnipiac up 4-3 now. And Bridgewood able to keep that puck dancing on the blue line, and O'Donnell left unchecked down low. And this game is flipped on its head against Quinnipiac now. At once up 4-0, they've let up 3 straight. And Farmingdale did put up 3 unanswered in their last meeting back in October in the 3rd period. Still 4-4 for the next minute and 23. It's now Ivers. Keller, puck got behind him. Keller disposited there by Pasquin. Back the other way come the Bobcats. Stick saved by DeCanio. He'll get the whistle. So we got 1:07 left on the penalty on the high stick. And then the Bobcats will have about 10 seconds of power play time. And then we'll be back to 5-on-5. And we'll see how much longer we will have 5-on-5 play, as this whole period's been special teams. Alessi powers through. Puck goes behind the cage. Nice move by McGinn to get away from a man. Long pass, nobody home. Icing waved off. Burns behind Alessi, as Pasquin will give a chase. Alessi will give it back towards Jesse Burns. Burns getting away from the official. 4-4 for another 15 as a shot goes over the glove of Solomon. McCann peels off in the corner. Looks down low, goes to LaChase. Smith. LaChase looks, fires, snagged away. So 2 seconds left on the Coppola high stick, then he will exit, and it'll be a 12-second 5-on-4 power play for Quinnipiac. So Coppola out of the box. He'll give a hard chase to that puck behind the net. 3 seconds and 2. And the power play expires. Back to 5-on-5. LaChase in front off of the skate of Rodriguez. As momentum carried him into Solomon. A little bit of shoving after the fact. And now more with Smith down low for Farmingdale. And I think we got a penalty coming up. What a shock. Looks like Noyes is being escorted to the box right now. And it might be only Jacob Noyes. As Quinnipiac continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And being just outside the Farmingdale locker room during second period intermission, the word out of the locker room, you could hear it clear as day, was that we are now in their heads. After what happened at the end of the second period, Farmingdale claimed to be, and it is showing that they got in Quinnipiac's heads, and it's kind of showing in this opening almost 6 minutes. .41 left in the game. A 1-goal deficit now was once 4 goals, now cut to 1. Power play commences. One time in Konkowski and a save made. It'll be Alessi. He'll drop to Konkowski. Gets around CeeLo. Konkowski to take it himself. Going to dance free to the backhand. Konkowski is robbed by Solomon. And even though Farmingdale has mounted this comeback, Solomon continues to be spectacular in net. He has now stopped 25 of 28. Face-off won by Farmingdale. LeChase, touch pass Alessi to Konkowski. Off a skate and out of the zone. Hard pressure here, shorthanded. Forechecker falls down, and Farmingdale slow to come out. As it was J.D. Parker on the pursuit, he gets back in the zone. Konkowski tries to poke it back into the corner, fanned on it, and Umbro will take it to the blue line and not out. Umbro can't clear. Konkowski scores! Thomas Konkowski on the power play. It's 4 unanswered, and we are all tied. And if you're Umbro, you have to get that puck out. He had a clear lane to get the puck out, turns it over at the blue line, and Konkowski takes advantage. Who else but the Division I leading scorer picks up his 19th goal of the year? As Umbro met some traffic on the boards, and hold that as Farmingdale looked for the lead here, and a save by Solomon. As there's a Ram, you can see him hunched over now, just off your screen, hunched over to the bench in Lorico. McCann will take his spot. But Umbro started in the corner, got past Konkowski, and had a clear lane to just send that puck down the ice. But instead he elects to try to carry it out of the zone. He gets checked off the puck just inside the blue line, and it winds up in the back of the net. Farmingdale still pressing. Oh, and a turnaround shot by Duffy goes wide. Burns, wrister, slowed down in front, and not able to exit. One-timer, O'Donnell swallowed up. And very sloppy play in the defensive zone right now for Quinnipiac. As McTavish was stripped by McCann at the face-off dot, and McCann set up O'Donnell. Face-off one, McCann shot to the net goes wide. It'll be Smith. Smith pushes up ice to Duffy. Duffy dances, fires, slowed down, and stopped by Solomon. Might have hit McCann on the way. Quinnipiac went up 4-0 in this game in the second period. With 9:57 left in the second, and it was 2 goals in less than 20 seconds for Farmingdale. Anthony Rodriguez, Chris Keller, that gave them life. They controlled the remainder of play, and then things started to escalate after the second period horn sounded. 5-minute misconduct, game misconduct for Kravitz. 2 roughing penalties for Quinnipiac, and then 1 for Farmingdale. That's how we started the third. And then back-to-back penalties, a trip and a high stick by Quinnipiac, cost them power play time and 4-on-4 time. And it led to Farmingdale getting 2 goals, 1 on the power play by Konkowski. And we're all evened up as Bridgewood looks in front, and it was broken up. He had Immel. That one wrapped back around. Rodriguez on the forecheck. Everyone else changing for Farmingdale. DiTullio off the glass and all the way out. It'll be McGregor in his own zone up the boards for Keller. Keller to Ivers. Ivers meets a hit, dances through. Ivers trying to dance around, but cannot best Pasquin. Or that's CeeLo, excuse me. And again, a failed clear by Quinnipiac. Konkowski through the legs, backhander, and he scores! Konkowski has done it again! This one for the lead! It's 5-4! It just doesn't end for Thomas Konkowski. It's one highlight reel goal after the other, and Quinnipiac needs a pause. They take their timeout. 5 straight for Farmingdale. 3 straight in the third period. It has been self-inflicted wounds for Quinnipiac. Another failed clearing attempt where they turn it over at the blue line. Konkowski through the legs, top shelf on the backhand. He now has 20 goals in now his 18th game. The freshman. And I mentioned it was 2 penalties in this third period. It's actually 3. A trip, a high stick, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct on Jacob Noyes. As now Farmingdale, for the first time tonight, will play with the lead. Konkowski bodied off the puck there, and it'll come free for Chaconis. Chaconis links up with a man at Capola, dodges a hit from Keller. Puck to the blue line. Raposa to the net and wide. Stepping in, Umbro in front, deflected wide. Konkowski high flip, jumping glove there, kept in. Pass across, intercepted by McGregor. Can't get past the slot. Glove down Keller. He finds Konkowski. It's the dangerous duo back the other way. Konkowski now on hat-trick watch. Ivers will kick that to the stick and then flip it through his legs into the zone. Orico right off the bench intercepts. As that one goes, it'll be O'Donnell, now to Smith. Smith up the middle, finds Lorico. Lorico, O'Donnell, hard wrap around the board. Solomon will slow it down. Noyes through the middle of the zone, taking it center by Mascaro and deflected out of play. 9:47 left in this one. Game has been flipped on its head. 5-4 lead now for Farmingdale as they try to end their first half of the season and go into 2025 on a high note. Farmingdale 12-4-1 in the year. They're 4-1 in their last 5. And Quinnipiac, we mentioned the first period, they've been playing some great hockey as of late. 6-1 in their last 7. They're 8-2 on the season. A stick down as Smith evades some bodies and a stick as well. Kozakowski goes to Noyes. Noyes could not slow that one down. That one sent in, and it'll be a fresh 5 changing for Farmingdale. Zach Glass, who has a goal today. The most recent Quinnipiac goal, he deflected a shot 5-hole on DeCanio. As the Bobcats go offsides. For Quinnipiac, this will be their 5th game in the Empire Conference, where they currently sit second. They are 2-2 in the 4 games prior to this 5th. Their next matchup will be in December. It will be their last December game. It will be another Empire game, but it will be against a Division II opponent in Fordham. That one sauced up the middle, missing the stick of Immel. Raposa. And now McTavish. Casadine passed behind McTavish. That one off a stick dangerously, but picked off and up the ice by Alessi. Sullivan lets that one go. McGinn. Behind Pasquin, he'll chop at it forward. Pasquin had the assist on the deflection goal by John Celo on the power play in the first period. That gave the Bobcats a 2-0 lead at the time. Thomas Smith up the middle, knocked down by Rodriguez, who got Farmingdale on the board in the second. That was assisted by Dylan Bridgewood. McCann has that puck roll away from him, dodges a hit, and the puck gets out. For Quinnipiac, we're not seeing that offensive zone time and getting that open space that they had a lot in the first period of. As they enter the zone here, they'll wrap it around. Coming free with it is Cohen. Cohen lost it on the bounce, and the Bobcats will have to retreat. McGregor, Smith. Nice play in the neutral zone as they go offside. It was the linesman there was about to call offsides, waved it off, and then called offsides. It was a very indecisive moment, and he made 3 quick half signals within a second of one another. And he decides to go with offsides. The play did look offsides. Bicacaro off the glass into the zone. Alessi tries to flip it up, fans on it. Out of the corner. Losing on the backhand is Cohen. Shot from the point, slowed down in front, puck alive, and taken out by Celo. Celo still with it. High slot, turns and fires. Friendly fire in front. Celo scoops up, dodges a sliding poke check, jam shot in front, puck trickles loose and out of the zone. Icing arm up, and icing will be the call against Quinnipiac. 6:28 left in the game. Quinnipiac now down 1. That's their best push in quite some time. Dangerously in front of DeCanio. Good play by John Celo coming up the boards there. The senior out of Vernon, New Jersey. Quinnipiac, that's that shift that they had many times in the first period. They got to get back to that game. You're going to start to see the Bobcats get a little bit more desperate, play a lot more aggressive. This was the type of pace that they were not able to maintain in the back end of the second period and in the entirety almost of the third period so far. Nice play off the draw by J.D. Parker to pick that off. Back the other way with speed. Coppola trying to drag one past McGregor, and McGregor with the poke wins the battle. Scooped up by DeCanio like a shortstop. That's Duffy patiently on the boards. Long flip towards Lorico. That one out of his reach. Lorico trying to pick up on the bounce. Looking for Duffy, intercepted. Umbro across the blue line. The man who started the scoring today less than 2 minutes into the first, as that one's deflected by Coppola and stopped. So it's now back-to-back good shifts for this group for Quinnipiac. That's Coppola right on the doorstep there. Long flip. Bridgewood will beat out the icing, and Sullivan has to come out to cover that. It will be a defensive zone draw for the Bobcats opposed to an icing and an offensive zone draw. Face-off swatted to the boards. It'll be Bridgewood. Bridgewood to the blue line. Smith fires one, punched down by Solomon. Immel takes a spill, couldn't tuck that one deep, but gets in front of that one, breaks it up. Bridgewood, goal line, in front, nobody home. Smith to the net, ramps high. Bridgewood, Immel. Trying to come out of the corner. Met by Smith. Smith shot finds Immel. Immel backhand swats. Umbro breaks it up. Immel again broken up again by Umbro. Nice reverse hit on the boards on Rodriguez as Luis Catallo got a good piece there. Nice duck there by Umbro, but again, another failed clear by Quinnipiac. This has been a reason why Farmingdale has gotten their 3 unanswered goals in this third period alone. Quinnipiac getting trapped in their zone too long, due in large part not able to exit the zone cleanly. Duffy pass off a skate. Catallo will give it off to Chaconis. Pass up the middle. McCann, Duffy, back the other way with a man on him. Duffy will shoot one off a skate, and now McCann will play on the backhand. McCann down low. Duffy behind the net trying to bank it off the cage. Now Ivers. Duffy spin around backhand. He had that far post, but the puck sailed off his skate or his stick blade. Puck behind the goal line. Ivers fishes it free to the blue line. Mascaro lets it go and goes high and wide. Keller, wrister, blocked, trying to get his own rebound on it. Kept in by Burns. Raposa, high flip out of the zone. And after long shifts in your own zone, that's all you can rely on then if you're Quinnipiac. Send it all the way down to the neutral zone and try to get a change. And while you're changing, Farmingdale's going to come the other way. McGinn sends it to Umbro. Umbro with a lot of time and space. Goes cross ice. Glove down Pasquin. And now Noyes. Noyes, wrister, fought off by DeCanio. Under 3 minutes left to go in the game. Good back check by Noyes on McGregor to stifle his breakout, but eventually it comes out. Ivers pickpocketed the man from behind. In front. Keller lets it go. Snagged by Solomon. And for Farmingdale right now, they're a team with the lead playing to win right now. Farmingdale has had their struggles in the third period holding leads, but right now, they are playing as if they're down one. McGregor off the draw, thrown to the net off a stick of Solomon, out of play. Quinnipiac was winning the shot battle all game, but now it is flipped on its head. 36-32 in favor of the Rams. And in this period, 15-3 in favor of the Rams. The Rams have as many goals as Quinnipiac has shots. As this one comes through the middle, open ice for McTavish. McTavish, wrister, and a headbutt save by DeCanio. And in front, it's McTavish again. Glove save DeCanio, and he sprawls down for the cover. Back-to-back tries for McTavish. Back-to-back times. DeCanio stands tall. So the first one was the headbutt, and then nobody covered McTavish coming from behind the net. As Joseph DeCanio snags it and then clamps it. Off the draw, pushing forward. It's alone in front, and another stop by DeCanio. Now, was that McTavish again? I think it was. Pasquin had the first try, and the rebound was loose for McTavish. That's now 3 in a row. Off the glass, all the way down. Icing arm up, and icing is the call. Farmingdale bench trying to claim that that was deflected by a defender's stick on the way down. And it's going to be a neutral zone draw. So Farmingdale wins the argument with the officials there. So the group cannot change, but the faceoff comes to the neutral zone instead of in the Farmingdale side. It'll be Umbro. Under 2 minutes left in the game. Got to keep an eye on Sullivan in net to see if and when Quinnipiac pulls him. Sullivan at the hash marks, leaning towards the bench. Puck goes to the stick of DeCanio. He goes to the bench. Extra attacker 6-on-5. Long flip. McCann flips it towards the goal and wide. Minute and a half left in this one. Puck to the empty net and a save made by Pasquin. Farmingdale 5 unanswered goals to come back from 4-0 down and make it 6 in a row. It's Frank Alessi from the center ice, but the goal will be waved off because Farmingdale I think they had a man in the zone, so it then will be offsides. So yes, watch this man. Yeah, they got 2 guys in the zone, 3 guys in the zone. Now it's 1 man in the zone. Yes, Farmingdale is offsides, no goal. So the Alessi empty netter will come off the board. Quinnipiac can breathe a sigh of relief, still alive with 1:20 left. So yes, Farmingdale, 5 unanswered goals. They were down 4-0 in the second. They scored 2 at the end of the second and then 3 more unanswered in the third, and that's where we stand. Konkowski tied the game and took the lead. 1 on the power play, 1 on even strength. Nice move off the boards by Noyes. Solomon to the bench, 1 minute left. 6-on-5 again. This has been a crazy game, unpredictable. Fights, leads, highlight reel goals. Do we have another one with 47 left? Will there be another chapter to this chaotic story that has been this Farmingdale Quinnipiac game? Puck dumped in. No icing here. They gain the red line. Alessi, hard chop off the boards and out of the zone. Umbro pushes forward, intercepted by Bridgewood. Bridgewood, puck to the empty net and wide. No icing. They hit a body on the way. Quinnipiac got to move with more urgency here. 16 left in the game. Noyes turns, slaps it down. Final chance. Last chance to dance. Burns pins it, meets a check on the boards. CeeLo trying to dish it free. 3 seconds left in the game, and Farmingdale will hold on. It looks like some shoves here. Let's see if we can separate them. CeeLo and Burns still jawing at each other. That's not CeeLo, actually. It looks like it's Pasquin. Now, Pasquin's down on a knee. CeeLo is still jawing with Burns. And we will separate it without a hinge. And this one is over. Farmingdale stared 4-0 and have scored 5 in a row to knock off Quinnipiac 5-4 at home. Farmingdale will pick up their 13th win of the year. They'll go to 13-4-1. Quinnipiac will drop their 3rd game of the year. They will drop to 8-3 on the season. Farmingdale will say, see you in 2025. That will do it for the 2024 campaign. They will run it back on January 18th against Rutgers, representing HCHA Division I. Quinnipiac's got 1 more game to go in 2024. They will go back home against Fordham University on December 8th. Farmingdale completes the comeback, down 4-0 in the second. It's 5 in a row for the Rams to win it and end 2024 on a high note. So for the final time this year, we will see you in 2025 from LI Sports Network. My name is Jordan DeLuciano. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and good night, everyone.